excuse me, what is going on, YouTube? So coming back today with my Detroit Pistons basketball preview for 2016-2017. And today talking about a team that was one of the most improved teams in the East last year, one of the surprise teams out of the East, going 44-38 after a 32-50 record in 2014-15. So, recap the format I'm going to be doing. I'm going to give you guys 2 X factors and also 2 key players for this video, and then my record for them for the last, I just gave that to you. But then worst case, best case scenario, and then my overall record prediction. I've been putting the projected starting fives. They are in the videos, but they are in the description below if you want to go check that out. But anyway, start with my first 2 X factors, and the first one, or my first X factor, and the first one is the bench. At first sight, or at least at first look, the depth for the Pistons doesn't look great. Doesn't look terrible either, but you look a little bit deeper, and it actually is kind of impressive. At point guard, they get a serviceable guy in Ish Smith that could provide some good minutes. Reggie Bullock at the 2 can provide some depth. I think the pickup of Michael Benichet in the draft could provide some extra depth at 3. Henry Ellison, I love that pick to be able to play maybe a little bit stretch 4, or at least be able to play at the 4. And then the pickup of Boban Marjanovic at the 5 was a very good depth pickup as well behind Drummond. So, second X factor is wing play. Between Marcus Morris, Tobias Harris, and KCP right now, I'm not in love with their starting, with those guys starting, but you know what, all those guys will be able to provide some depth in my mind. Stanley Johnson, I think, at least I hope he takes another step forward this year. This is a guy that really was expected to do big things out of the draft last year, and I think he can take another step forward, maybe, like I said, maybe even be able to start this year. But Tobias Harris is definitely still a serviceable wing, if nothing else. And then KCP, kind of the same deal as Stanley Johnson, or not the same deal as Stanley Johnson, but maybe a guy that might be able to take another step forward this year. Been in the league for a little while longer, though. But anyway, get into the first of my 2 key players, and I'm going to start with Reggie Jackson. The most ball-dominant player in this lineup. You know what you're going to get from Reggie, but you know what? I think that he, at least in my personal opinion, he had his best season he's ever had in the NBA last year, and we'll see if that's able to continue. I don't know if player efficiency-wise he was the best player, or if he was the best he's ever been. I don't think so. But this is a guy that's improved every single season since he went to Detroit in the 2014-15 season. You know, he was able to average 18 or 19 points per game last season, and what was he shooting? 35% from 3, which was also a career best for him, and then also 43% from the field, which is right around his career average. But again, the progression shows good signs for the Pistons fans, and I think this is a guy that's right about to hit his prime. So another thing to watch out for. Drummond, the second key player, got a big new contract in the offseason worth over $100 million. I think they had to do it. He's the face of their franchise. The only thing he really needs to improve upon is his free throw shooting. If he can do that, then I don't know, between that and the new Hack-a-Shaq rule, I don't know if that dude would be able to be stopped. I'll be honest. I think he's an absolute boss down low. So, my worst case scenario for the Pistons is they miss the playoffs entirely. They have a scenario for best and worst case very similar to the Pacers. I think both teams are going to finish around the same spot in the East, or at least close. Best case scenario, I think they go to the Eastern Conference Finals as a 3rd seed and then lose there to a team probably like the Raptors or the Cavs or the Celtics. But my overall record prediction for the Pistons this year is 45-37. I think they do improve by 1 game. They didn't add anything too much, but I do still think that they improved to maybe being about a 6th seed in the East this year. I think that's a very realistic scenario to picture the Pistons in this year. But again, we'll see how dramatic the improvement is this year. Like I said, I think the thing they improved the most this year was depth. This is still a very young team. This is still an improving team, and I think this is one of the up-and-coming teams in the East right now. So that'll pretty much do it for my Detroit Pistons preview for 2016-2017. If you want to check out any of my other NBA previews, check out my website, previews ahead of time, and then check out I need to get on that. I've been slacking on that a little bit. and then also go check out the link to the entire playlist for all my NBA previews. If you missed a couple of them, are in the description below. Also, I haven't made a video for 1,000 subscribers yet. I will be doing that later today or tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a little bit, I won't say completely rebranding the channel, but I'm going to be changing it up a little bit, adding some new stuff, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, that's pretty much it. See ya.